So tell us about your involvement with ITW and with ThrillerFest.
So I came to the very first ThrillerFest.
Oh,
it was
wow.
held in Arizona.
And that was 12 years ago, right?
It was.
Okay.
It was. And I was an unpublished, unagented author, and I met wonderful people, and I kept coming back to every ThrillerFest. So eventually I actually found 4 of my agents.
Wow.
And it's 4 because you have a literary agent, you have a foreign rights agent, you have a film agent like that. And I had a wonderful top agent who wanted to sell my manuscript, and like all authors, it was an adult manuscript that didn't sell after 6 tries. So I then wrote a YA book.
Okay.
And he was all excited about selling that. And then he came back and said that he hadn't been able to sell another YA dystopian the week before. So he was going to release me from my contract, and I'll go away, and if I could find another agent, fine. And if I didn't, come back and with the next project.
Okay.
So I turned around, 24 hours, I had 3 offers from agents.
Wow.
So he obviously didn't know how to sell YA dystopian at the time.
Yeah.
And it was sort of an amazing whirlwind where we had an auction that was going to happen, and my agent called me up and said the night before and said, actually, there's no auction because Random House Books came in with a preemptive bid and nobody will beat it.
Yeah.
And they released it as a lead title, and it was just the most exciting ride of my life.
Wow.
It was published in over 30 countries.
Wow.
And it was just amazing. The tours, I had a tour every year, international. I had a tour in the East, and it would be something like 4-hour signings.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
wow.
like at a
So that means
mall.
you must have had like a line out the door.
Yeah, it was in a huge mall, and they knew how to control it. And they gave you a basket that you put on the floor beside you because they knew the fans were going to be giving me gifts, which I didn't know. And so you accept this lovely gift and you put it in your basket, and then the publishers mail it home to you later on.
Oh, nice, nice. So you don't have to like carry it with
Yes,
you.
yes. It was just really beyond my wildest dreams, and I totally credit ITW and ThrillerFest for making all the connections, the friends, the wonderful people I've met through this organization. I can't compare it to anything else.
That's amazing. It launched your career.
It did. It totally did. And I have seen other people through the years, and I watch them. And if they're smart and they listen and they'll take criticism and keep coming back to ThrillerFest, they end up getting published. I'm so happy to see it happen.
Right. That's nice. What do you think it is about authors that make them want to give back to people just starting out? Because I really see that here at ThrillerFest, that all of the really established, successful authors such as yourself are just so willing to help out people starting out. Why do you think that is?
Well, partly the woman who runs the ThrillerFest convention, Kimberly Howe, has that attitude. And it just filters down from above that we have this feeling of camaraderie. We've all been there before, unpublished, looking, wanting help. And we've had wonderful people above us who helped us. I got a blurb from Dean Koontz, for example.
Wow.
I know, it was a dream.
Yeah.
So it's a brotherhood of writers, and there's just a natural feeling that you want to help another writer because you know what it's been like to be there.
Right, right. And where do you see ThrillerFest progressing from here?
It's gotten just better and better because, Arizona was very special to those of us that were there at the first one because it was so small.
Only the first one that was in Arizona, right?
Yes, because it really needs to be in New York where everybody is.
Yeah.
But it was special because it was small.
Yeah.
ThrillerFest has grown, which has a lot of positives to it. I mean, we get the biggest people. We had Anne Rice and Gillian Flynn. I mean, so it's just wonderful. And I think that it's only going to get better because the people behind it, the David Morrell and Gail Lynch and all these wonderful people who've worked so hard to make this happen are still coming, and they're still in it, and Lily Child, So it's just been, I think, a very successful conference.
And you speak on a lot of the panels, and you also sort of like the panel master, where I think you did a really great job sort of handling the panel. And how is that sort of just something that is a natural gift to be able to do that, or do you sort of just get better at it with practice?
Oh, thank you for saying that. You definitely get better with practice. And part of it is I work really hard at it. I mean, I put the hours in. I was not out drinking with my friends last night.
Oh, so
I was in my room working on
this.
this, because the trick is to do all your homework, read the books, make the connections, talk to the writers before, and then when you get up there, you make it look easy and make it look natural.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with like performing.
Right, like acting. Yeah.
And do you have any advice for people just starting out wanting to write a book or get a book published? What's like the first thing they should do?
The first thing they should do is read in their genre. So they need at least 5 books to read in the genre by debut authors that came out fairly recently.
Oh, okay.
Because
so that's very specific.
Yes, and that matters because you get a sense of what agents and publishers are looking for now.
Right. Oh, okay.
You know, what worked, you know, especially with YA, because YA has changed so much.
Yeah.
You can't look at books that were published 10, 15 years ago and use that as a model. So you need to read, and then you need to pick a subject you're passionate about, that you really believe in, and then get a writer's group. I'm still in my writer's group, and 2 of us are published, but we love it.
Yeah.
Actually, 3 of us are published now. So I think it's important to be able to take criticism and grow and always try to get better.
Right. Oh, that's very good advice. And tell us about your series.
Oh, yes. So the series that was bought from Random House is called Starters, the Starters series. So book 1 is a duology. Book 1 was Starters, and book 2 is called Enders. And it's set in a future Los Angeles where desperate teens are renting out their bodies to senior citizens so they can enjoy being young again temporarily.
Oh. It's a good idea.
It's a lot of fun, I'm telling you. Everybody around the world sort of got that concept.
Yeah, I think everyone could relate to something like that. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us and having us here.
Oh, thank you for interviewing me.